for love or the lifestyle? I sent you this topic a couple of days ago. Let you know we was gonna be talking about, do men get married for the love or me personally? I felt I got married for love. So when discussing the two viewpoints, it had me think about the topic and wanting to discuss it here on the podcast. So I wanted to ask you, right off the bat, what are some of the differences you feel like between being single and being married that might make somebody feel like, I want to go ahead and tie that knot and get married from a woman's perspective?
Well, I can most certainly tell you economics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money play a big part.
It plays a huge part because when you look at it, of course, marriage, all things being equal, it's a partnership, right? So you got the opportunity to go from having one check to two checks, right?
Yeah, it's cheap to keep.
It's okay. So honestly speaking, and I just feel like if you're a single woman, at some point you get tired of pulling the weight. I feel like you really want to take that cape off.
Right. And
when you're presented with the opportunity for marriage, you get an opportunity to take the cape off and get some financial assistance in the process, depending on what you marry now. All things being equal.
Right.
But you do get an opportunity to increase, the pot of money.
Right, your wealth.
And so if you got something you've been really wanting to do, whereas in before you probably couldn't do it because everything was on you financially. Well, when you're presented with an opportunity to get married, maybe now you can go ahead and do that business venture that you've been thinking about because you got another pot of money, that's coming in the door too.
True. But I feel like, from a male's perspective, one of the reasons why we decide to get married or what we see different in being with somebody versus being single. One, you get, like you said, you get a chance to build your wealth together. Two incomes coming in the household better than one. At the same time, starting a family. You having somebody that may be the mother or father to your children, and you've got, you guys are building a family together. So you and somebody being together. Also, too, I feel like you should have better sex life. You know what I mean? Some people might disagree with that, but some people might feel like, once you get married, things slow down. But, if you're doing what you're supposed to, I feel like as a man, it's actually supposed to be better, in my opinion. So I think that's something that's different. In being married than being, why you frowned up like that?
I don't know, because I'm just thinking.
You like, nah, I don't,
no, because I'm just saying, maybe if you like a saved, sanctified folk and you've been out there fornicating, so you can't really enjoy it because you wrong. You're going to be in line repenting on Sunday. So when you finally get married, you got that weight lifted off of you because you ain't sinning no more. So it's like, it's good because you ain't got the guilt.
Look, you talking about me.
You ain't got the guilt, but
you got to get baptized on Sunday.
You ain't got the guilt no more. You married now, so you ain't fornicating no more. So it probably do feel good, but
half the people probably like, man, I wouldn't even think about it. I don't even know what you talking about. Like that don't even really.
But that's why I say if you were like say sanctified, maybe
right, filled with the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, but if that's not your story, if you whatever, you kind of do your own thing, then I don't know if it matters, single or married, if the sex is better, because it ain't always good when you're married.
Well, I ain't talking about. I'm not meaning better in terms of the quality, but the consistency. You have somebody that's there with you that you are physically attracted to, and you are with them every day. You know what I mean? 24/7, not 24/7, but you get the picture. You're with that person every day, and you should be physically attracted to that person.
Absolutely.
So, in my opinion, it should be more regularly done as far as an activity. So that's, to me, that should be a difference and a benefit. I want to know, why do women get married?
Well, I think we get married for financial security. I know, we do. And it ain't necessarily mean that we're a gold digger, but it's for financial security. We do. And then I think secondly,
I don't know.
What?
That could be neither. It depends on who you talk to. Some people might say that women marry for lifestyle more than men.
Well, I mean, considering how now, no, I'm not turning this into a race thing, but because we're both African Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just keep it right there because I don't know about the other folk. I just know about African Americans.
Okay, go ahead.
Women are we're the fastest growing segment of entrepreneurs. We are more educated.
Mm-hmm.
So black women, I mean, we do have a lot. There are some areas we are exceeding or excelling other than our black men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm just saying. So honestly, I think men, they marry to marry up. Because
women do too. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they do, but I really do think that for them, it's about marrying up before it's about love. Not saying that the love can't come,
mm-hmm.
but for them, I think it's about marrying up.
For men.
For men.
Nah, see, I think women marry up. See, women, they look. Y'all be the first one. I can do bad all by myself, boo boo. Like, not like if I'm a struggle, like I ain't got to be with. I'm not gonna be with no man, and I'm be eating, beans and wings and ramen noodle. Like I don't live like that. This is what you get. So when you talk about men marrying up, I disagree to an extent. I mean, I'm gonna say this. I do think that there are some men that have that mindset of if I'm gonna marry, I'm gonna upgrade. But I feel for the most part, women have that mindset no matter where they are in their life. Because if a woman is further along in her career, has a little bit more clout, a little bit more, cachet because she has actually went to school, she got a degree, she's got things going for herself. She's not going to be looking for, the man that she would feel is a downgrade from her. Now, to whatever woman that is, it could be the downgrade might be financial. Some might say the downgrade might be in character. Some might say the downgrade might be in loyalty. But the thing is that for the most part, y'all want to be upgraded, you know what I'm saying? Get a love. What Sister Beyonce would she would say, you must not know about me.
I mean, honestly, I think we have a tendency to settle. I'm just saying because think about it. Because for us, the numbers ain't so sunny.
Come on, Facebook and Instagram, y'all tune in too. Do you feel like women marry for lifestyle more than love when it comes to the comparison of men to women? So when you compare, like I say, men to women, do you feel like men or women marry for lifestyle more than love?
You asking me that?
I mean, that's what we talking about. I want to know how they feel.
Oh, okay.
But I think, like I said, for me, I think that women, because this is the thing. I remember Chris Rock when I can't remember if it was Bigger, Bad, or Black or whatever, one of the stand-ups. But he was saying, women can't go back in lifestyle. So once a woman, get with a man that got a car. Let's say she was riding a bus, and now she got a brother. He picking her up, taking her on dates. She said, you know what? Like, the man he want this thing. He gonna have to be riding in a car. At least something. I need to be in some AC. I can't be out here in the heat in the summertime heat in Tampa, Florida. Then she might meet a guy that has his own apartment. Then all of a sudden she say, you know what? Guy want this thing. He gonna have to have his own place. He gonna, because I can do bad all by myself.
Right.
Like I need a man that's gonna be able to at least have his own place, have his stuff together. So from that point, when you introduce to these new things and you upgrade and you step on these new levels, then you, as a woman, say, okay, well, these are my standards of living now. These are my standards of dating. I'm not gonna go back from this. It's got to be at least on this level. So I feel like again, women, they have that expectation that, okay, you need to be at this point in your life if you want to deal with me.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to disagree again because
I
believe that we as women, and I don't always like to say settle, but I think sometimes we are forced to have to lower our standards because of the pool in which we have to choose from. Now I'm talking about dating within your race. Like for us, the numbers, the numbers aren't the best. When we look at like the pool of men that we have to choose from, like our pool, because our men are kind of going through some things right now, right? Yes, they are going to school. Yes, they are getting educated, But a lot of them are getting caught up in the criminal system early, so they're getting these records and they're getting these felonies
True.
at a higher proportion that we are. So chances are when we meet somebody, I mean, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, but chances are they got a record or something that we gotta work with.
Right.
But I think that we're more apt to take them on, you know, and take them in
With the
flaws, as opposed to they are for us.
I wanted to know why it is okay for a man to elevate his woman quality of life. You know what I mean? But it's looked down upon for a woman to do that for her man. So if a woman is in a better position than her man, why is it looked down upon if she decides to, you know, help him get his stuff together? Like, okay, if she needs to buy him a new set of clothes, a different wardrobe, and she needs to put him in a different position, maybe she helping him with his resume, doing all of these things. Some people might feel like those are things that he's responsible for you know, following through and executing, and not having you do that. But if a man is the one to do that, they like, oh man, that's a good man right there. Like, girl, you got one. Why is it like that though? Why do you feel like that?
That's a really good point. Because I wonder if it has something to do with the burden that society has put on men, as far as, well, if you a man, you supposed to be a provider.
Right.
Well,
you gotta
if
be bodyguard hard all the time.
Right. You supposed to be at a certain level if you trying to come into a woman's life. And I really do. You know, like I said, I kind of fault society for that, for putting that on the man, because they have defined what a real man is and what a real man isn't, and unfortunately it's just perpetuated. So, and I think we have bought into it, because oftentimes, you know, we are looking for a guy, you know, that we want him to be at a certain place.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
No, he might not be educated, but you know, is his credit decent? You know what I'm saying? Can he get his own place on his own, or do I got a cosign? You know, but I think it's in part because of that. Society has defined for us what a good man is, you know, and I think that's a part of that. And unfortunately, when women do help guys out and help them get on their feet or whatever, they are talked about in a negative way and called sugar mamas and you know, all this stuff, because but when a man does it.
But here's the thing now, when a man is I ain't gonna say he's taking advantage of his woman, but he's taking advantage of the fact that he has a woman who's willing to help him. They think of him as a freeloader. They think of him as, oh, you know, he's only with her for the lifestyle. So there's plenty of scenarios where you might have a woman, she got her own business, she got her own situation together, her own money, and then this guy comes into her life, and she might have been, you know, run through the ring and been down and out, had some guys maybe she had higher expectations in and didn't work out, and now this new guy, even though he may not be on her level, treats her right. Does right by her. You know what I mean? Does what he says he's gonna do. Is where he says he's gonna be. These are the things that she was looking for. So it might not have been about money, but on the outside, when you talk about her friends, her peers, her family, even they're gonna be like, "Oh, look, he just ain't for the money." I mean, I just think of Candy Bird. You know,
that's what I was thinking about too, because they call her sugar mama.
So she had Todd.
That's what I was thinking about.
Todd was doing right by her. He's like, "Look, man, I ain't here for the cash. Like, you know, I'm doing my own thing, and you know, I just love her." While the mom's like, you know, side eye, like, this fool ain't nothing but here for the dollar bill. And so it's like, as a man, I feel like that shouldn't be that way. You know, people make bad of the man because he sees the fact that, hey, this is a good woman. You know, regardless of her money, I would want her anyway. But from the outside looking in, it's like that motive. Do you think that it's because people, like friends and family, may be overprotective of that person, or they just need to mind their own damn business?
And you know what? That's a good point, because sometimes I think family members do, and friends have a tendency to be protective over their friends if they know their friends are ultra successful and they have seen them get hurt before. They've seen that friend that's successful get taken advantage of. You know, they've been the ones on the other end of the phone crying, you know, while they crying themselves to sleep. You know, meeting up for brunch because she can't stop crying because another joker done broke her heart and broke her pockets. So So I think when someone comes around that they might not feel is on the same level as that friend, I do think they have a tendency to be overprotective and overstep their boundaries too, and be a little bit too nosy.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, maybe she saw, obviously with Todd and Candy, she saw something in him that let her know he wasn't trying to use her.
Right.
Because he did have some successes in his own right, but of course he wasn't on the level as Candy,
right.
but he wasn't no slouch either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe that's where that overprotectiveness comes in at, because they know she don't been hurt before.
I also feel like, you know, when you had those scenarios, I just think that sometimes they might be in a position where they don't want food taken off their plate.
The,
so you
the guy.
No, so like, okay, let's say
the family, their friends.
Right, the family and friends that's on the outside looking in. Now it might not be really, you know, you taking money out of their pocket. Some cases it may be, but even in the scenarios where a person might feel like, hey, you know, you being in the light overshadows their position.
Yes.
So where they might have a ear with that successful friend, a family member, or, you know, they were able to have, you know, a time with them, or whether it be going out on trips or going out and doing things. Now their time is consumed with this man or this woman, and they like, oh man, like that used to be my spot.
Right.
I used to be the one that was riding the passenger seat, and we go on and hanging out and doing all of these things, taking trips. Now she with her man. Now she booed up.